All right, so now we're going to show you the facial tone, the mister, the spray machine functions. And you're going to use this for spraying on toner after you remove the mask and before you moisturize the skin. So it is the last one. The spray and the vacuum is all in together on my machine. Most machines it is. So we're going to push the button to start it, and it'll start like right away. So we have it hooked up. The tube is hooked up to the spray. If I wanted to vacuum the skin and like after extractions, like suck, then I would hook up the spray. I would change the tube to the vacuum. And it's not really hard to do. It's just kind of annoying. Some machines might have two things and you have to turn it off. I just have to like pull it out and then push it into the other side. Okay, so but I want to show you the spray. Yeah, kind of simply how they're made. And you do have different settings. So for the spray, I don't really want it too high. And we have to make sure we have enough in here. Let's just check the level. I think I need to pour more. Yep, it's getting down. So maybe we'll pour a little bit of that in there. Because if it gets too low, it won't spray in so good. Same with, I have 2 bottles. They usually come with 2 for sure. So I have my Makeup Beauty Setting Spray. So you could do this after the makeup too. It's a much finer mist than spraying it on. Yep. And that goes on. Kind of tricky. Okay. And it has a little ozone, little tiny ring. So that keeps it on there really good. And it has like a little finger valve here that you cover up and then it sprays out. Okay, so we're gonna turn this on again. So to mist her, and I would always of course let her know before you start that, like start off her skin. And if you take your finger off, it doesn't come out. So see how it starts to come out right away. Probably spraying my camera. There we go. Yeah. So it's very, very fine. Very nice. It's really nice for the makeup setting spray.
After extraction.
Yes. Yeah. After extractions or their mask even. Yeah, that's that. And you can make it higher and then you could switch for the vacuum. So if I'm done using my spray, I usually vacuum though when I'm doing extractions. And then you could change it over to the other spray. So I think I have another, let's see here. All right. Yeah. So this is the vacuum tube. You can't have both hooked up at the same time or else it won't work. So you want to kind of have that like hooked around somewhere so that you can have it ready. And then the spray one, there's also another vacuum one. So I have a couple. This is for, has a filter in it. Yeah. So they all have a filter in your vacuum. So what that means is it's catching all of the particles of the skin in here, so it doesn't go into your machine. So depending on how often how much you're extracting, you'll have to change these filters. Yeah. So yeah, then we just switch to put this hose in. And like I say, machines usually come with several extra hoses, so we could actually put this one away. So maybe we'll store it. I don't want to put it in my drawer. Yeah, just on my cabinet down here. Okay, and then there's all kinds of different attachments for your vacuum. And I have those stored. I have a little box down here. I think it's down at the other side. It's like a gray box. Yeah. This one. That's my dermabrasion. Okay. So then this is my attachments for my suction and for my electrodes. So the electrotherapy. So for my suction, you have to kind of decide what do you want, kind of an attachment. Do you want a little tiny one? So it'll focus more on the deep pimples and blackheads. That will give you more suction for the blackheads. Okay. And I can put it back in here. And then there's 3 attachments. And then this is a larger one. Yeah, sucks in a larger area. And then this one is kind of like to move over the muscles. So I use this one a lot. And then also the one that does like the blackheads. But all 3, you know, you have the different ones. Okay, the other ones are for high frequency. So then we'll just turn on this. And I usually use it pretty full. It's not that high of a suction machine, I have to say, but it's enough. You're not going to hurt anybody with it, that's for sure. And then we would use it around the nose area. You're going to go and follow this direction. If you have an area on top. And on the other side. Her skin doesn't move. You can hear it a bit. And then if she's got under the chin.
This is a part of extraction?
Yes. And for dermabrasion too, because we're scraping off the skin surface and then this will suction it right away. Because you don't want to wipe all that dead skin back into their face. And they might have some, you know, around the eye areas or the forehead. So just watching that you're coming with the directions of the muscles. Remember how all of our muscles around the nose, so that you're not stretching the skin in the wrong. But that's our section. And then, you know, like I say, every so often, like maybe once a month or every couple of months, you would want to take this apart and put a new filter. But you'll be able to see when it gets lots of the dead skin in there. Okay, so that's our suction and our spray functions of the facial machine. Yeah, and then we're going to take this one off. So it just pulls out the end, and then we would wash it and then sterilize it.
Still goes in the germicidal?
Yes, yeah, germicidal. And we can take this off and wrap it up, hook it onto one of the sides, and then maybe we'll wrap up this one. Is that the spray? Okay, let's put this here. And let's wrap the spray one. It's probably easiest not to leave them all hanging there. So just roll them up so that they're out of the way. And there's extra attachments here. We can just hook it here. For the sprays, sprays are over here, vacuums over there. Okay, so we'll keep it that way. So these we have to wash. These we have to wash. And usually what I do is take this is where I keep them because there's like a nice tray, but just so you don't break them, because when you use the glass, yeah, like that's glass. So what I usually do is just have like a little tray. I think it's down on the bottom there, and you can just put them all inside of it. Or use one of the lids for one of these, just so that have a safety precaution, because you certainly don't want to break them. They're probably kind of expensive to order by themselves. So then this way you can have them on a tray, even a smaller one, or like a dollar store one. This is kind of too big, just so that you're not going to drop them when you take them to wash them. All right, so that's those two functions there.